Hey y'all, hey. Not sure how long I'll be before you tonight, but I wanted to at least put a dent in the last chapter. You know, at least get it started. But well, we'll see how far we get by like 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then we'll call it a night. Let me turn up the volume though. There we go. Okay. First and foremost, I don't like that y'all keep resetting my settings. Nobody needs that again. Okay. Now we can go. Yep. Turn that down in my ear, so. Yep. I'm still so tired. Hey, Spook. How's your day or night going? Sometimes I have that feeling in time. I'll be here when you need me most. It should have been yesterday, but things happen. The ultimate mistake. The biggest people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Is that better? It very well may have just been me talking though. Welcome. Okay. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now,
Anyway,
we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. We still have this key. It's locked, but we have a way to open this door. You still have the key? Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
indeed.
Of course I do. Absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
Then you should be able to use it on that door, right? But now we can go back to the door. Hey Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Rico took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then... yes! It opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. But what do we do after that point? Because I would very much like to know how you plan to subvert all the cameras. Someone's going to notice that the supposed dead man is still very much alive and walking around the school. Just throwing out some questions, some theories, brainstorm a little. And Makoto doesn't question it at all. Of course not. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Phone will go on vibrate. Finally, we were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Yeah, but he also assumes that he would be trapped in the garbage pit forever until he starves and dies. That's what I mean. Like, at this point, he should still be stuck in there. Or at the very least, should have possibly plummeted to his death. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extended. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. Why are you surprised? You fell the length of this chute. You of all people should know that it was a long way down. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. Makoto, I just tried to give you some kind of credit, and every time I do that, you immediately discredit me. I be out here trying to have your back, and this is what you do. That's crazy. I stay trying to lift you up, Makoto. I stay trying to lift you up. And every time, you disappoint me with your words. I'm just gonna stop holding out hope for you, man.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. You know, I'm not surprised at this point, because this is, it's been a couple of days worth of game time, and every single time he disappoints me right after I lift him up so high. I don't know what to do with him. Because he fell down he fell to the garbage pit. He should physically know that it was a long way down. Oh gosh, Makoto. And you're supposed to save the day, eh? now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Makoto, it's a fine time to be feeling nervous. You've already been climbing this thing for who knows how long. There's no way. There's no way. Because if that were the case, he wouldn't understand why he was down there in the first place. Don't you try to stand up for this man. He knows what he's doing. At this point, I have accepted that Makoto is just going to be that one child that will never live up to my expectations, okay? I will always be a parent that I know that he can do good things, but he's always going to disappoint me. Every given chance. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. Makoto, you're not the greatest at multitasking. Do you really want to try climbing and talking at the same time? So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. Oh, did we need speech bubbles as if we didn't know who was saying what because of the name tags? You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. Can you really make that statement when you just got your memory back? You know, just throwing that theory out there. Are you sure? What expressions? Kyoko expresses nothing. It's the same straight face through and through. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Has it always been considered a sacred duty? I don't remember a time when it was a sacred job. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride.
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. Oh, is that the fancy way of saying that y'all don't discriminate with clientele? Is that what I'm hearing? As long as truth is being revealed and uncovered, it doesn't matter who is paying you, eh? Got it? We stand neutral in all things. And to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains it. That explains what? Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. How do you just completely forget an entire noun? You know, the amount of nouns and pronouns that this game has missed throughout this entire series. I feel like I could fill an entire 2 pages worth. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true kitty-gitty detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
what?
Reconnect. I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. You know, the words are spelled good. It's just the fact that there seems to be a few, you know, not too many, but just enough missing words here and there that make me stop and go, now wait a minute, this sentence doesn't quite make sense. Let me try to figure out what word needs to go here to make this make sense in my head. And that's saying something, knowing that it's probably loosely translated. So all in all, they did very good job with the translations. If that's the worst that can happen, is a missing word or two. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
there is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Girl! You could have just did that. You put yourself in imminent danger for something that you could have just done. You didn't have to find this man. You didn't have to seek him out. You could have minded your own business. You could have sent this man a letter. You could have just unregistered from under him at a courthouse. Girl, you just needed to look him in his eyes while you sever ties? That seems highly unnecessary. Severed. The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kitty Gitty family. He was talented. He had a promising future.
However,
but he had no interest in detective work. Yeah, because he wanted to set up a bunch of kids in a school. Sorry. He didn't want to do that. He was just out here running a prestigious academy that totally didn't get shut down because there was a mass murder inside of his school, possibly under his tutelage. But I digress. So he cut himself off from the family. If he already cut ties with y'all, that means that you have no reason to come back in here. You had no reason at all. Not long after that, you know, I'ma still just call it the tragedy, because all the rest of that is a mouthful, and I don't want to have to remember it. The tragedy, something set up real nice, and I understand why they went with it. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
but there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really?
So,
the way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However,
but when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. Even to this day, because you lost your memories and you've been stuck in a school for at least a month or so. Do you really know the true feelings? Like right now? Like they could have changed their minds the moment that you decided to move out and go to this school. But that's none of my business. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to fight him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. Again, courthouse. You know, you just sever the ties there. You know, you fill out a form. You remove, you know, from his part of the family tree. It's an easy fix. You didn't need to go this far. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
I mean, technically he cut himself out. But again, I'ma mind my business. Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Not even close. Hi. How's your night going? Hopefully you stayed cool out here. Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that, I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it.
indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. Again. Both of y'all fell down the garbage chutes. Y'all should have felt how long that drop was. Therefore, knowing how long you had to climb up to get out of it. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. So, I'm gonna talk to you real fast. So, now what do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then
let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. It's not like we can run away. You have a magical key that unlocks all the doors. Love a good skeleton key. Can't we just go and unlock one of the doors? Like, is there a keyhole on the big vault covering that front door? Like, feel like there's possibilities here. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Michiro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was.
right.
We can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. This just could be one of those moments where we time warp over there, eh? Alright. I feel like we could have just bounced me over here.
Well now.
Sir, we just gonna start this off with the foolishness, eh? Got it. Let's... Okay. Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't
But
believe
Makoto's
it!
supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
Shing!
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again. And this time, I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko,
Right.
do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? I lose?
Hey!
You explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the blacking and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lies, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed,
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the blacking and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
however,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that would come to our aid even after you killed it.
am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukudo. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the blacking is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the blacking is me and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now. But with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. Well, he kinda did. You know, guilty or not, Monokuma is a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And he don't play by regular rules. He would have been whipped by the despair you so loved to inspire. Very much so. And said it so eloquently. You know, if he did kill somebody, this man won't go show up in your face. He's not bold enough for that. He was gonna hide in a corner until it was time to get out.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope. Debatable.
Hey,
Of course. You can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair, fair and swear,
that's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again? No, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. No, not if I have to do it the traditional way with the bullets. I want no parts. I want 0 parts of a retrial. Can we just go watch the footage? I feel like that's an easier way. Can we just roll back the tape? I don't want to deal with the bullets. Oh. Only this time, we follow the school regulations to ensure fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
Kyoko, I always hate your ideas, bro. I always hate them. They are never in my favor. Never, ever, ever in my favor.
Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? bear trial. One last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Lucado's killer. Or the mastermind himself. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Bear it!
Very interesting indeed. Very.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. Please no. No, your usual brand of humor is enough. No need to add puns on top of it. Now that what you suggested might be plausible, it would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
In other words,
does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? There's so many puns back to back. So many puns. Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agrees. Then we still have a shot at this.
Bear it!
No. But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is fairly a fitting end. This is what I get in my final chapter. A myriad of bear puns?
You guys!
I refuse to call this beautiful. I'm all for a good dad joke, but this is too much. Every single sentence? It's too much. So for the final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries. That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. You can do that.
I can barely contain myself!
It's not even just a single bear pun. Now we're going to different species of bear. Then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. Okay. This is becoming a lot. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school,
You guys!
then you win. Can we stop with the puns though? But if you can't do all that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? You know, does it ever really include me? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
Oh God. I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement. They don't care. They don't care about the players' feelings. They don't. They just want to throw me into the lion's den and hope for the best. You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. But if Monokuma killed Mukuro, then how was there a class trial? Because technically a student did not kill Mukuro. A staff member did. So does that really count? Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception. Then it's part of the regulations? But if he's meant to follow the rules, then there should technically not be another trial after he's been exposed. Also, he technically shouldn't have been able to start a class trial. Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. Thank you, Lord Jesus above, because I was getting so fed up with all the bear puns. At least not enough people. Because isn't it technically, is it 2 or 3 or more have to discover the body for there to be an announcement? But at the time, only Toko discovered the body until she went to get everybody. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. So for real, are we sure that Toko didn't do it? Because she was very suspicious last episode. Like, are we for sure that she didn't do it? Like, I understand that she could just be a red herring, but the behaviors were suspicious, man. What?
Listen.
Are you telling me the truth? Why did you go quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry.
You didn't need to yell in my ear. I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Sir, you could just leave. You have hidden passages all around the school. You could just leave. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment. Overflowing with despair. No, thank you.
Hey.
Come on, Makoto. Let's go. Okay. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life. And we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Once again, Kyoko gambled with your life. Because what was she gonna do if he actually did decide, well, guess I'm just gonna be the loser, and killed me where I stood? She stayed playing with my life. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you. I wouldn't say everything you have. She just kept you alive a little bit with a little basic manipulation.
However,
don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. See? She stayed playing with my life. She don't give a flying rat's behind if he would have took the deal or not. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? Makoto, you're not asking the right questions. You need to be trying to figure out why she gambled with your life in the first place. Okay? There was no reason for her to play with your life like that. I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let their guard down, like I said. So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
so
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, it definitely said that.
Listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
and yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
In other words,
but think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
So
they had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world.
It would seem
the mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
In other words,
so the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
Correct.
To prove a point, most likely. A point?
Hey.
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
That's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair, the mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. Oh, they just want some company. They just want their misery to have a little company. I see. I don't know why the entire world needs to share in that misery. But I feel like y'all could have just spread that to a couple of individuals. You know, no need for the entire universe to feel that. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope. But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What? Kyoko, now you know good and well, our poor boy is a little slow. You gotta slow it on down, okay? You gotta break it down piece by piece, point by point, for Makoto to understand what's going on.
In other words,
because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular. It's reasonable about their own regulations. I hated that sentence structure. Y'all could have flipped some words around there. That just almost made me bite my tongue. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
At the very least.
At least, that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
Indeed.
that is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
It's a little suspicious that they brought up Junko at this present point in time, but I'm gonna let it ride. So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
it would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
So we just gonna gloss over the fact that she really gambled with our life on this chance that he would take her up on the offer. This game's steady making me feel some kind of way. Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue. Makoto, what's new? You don't actually be having the answers until you get to trial and everybody spoon feeds you the direction that you need to go in. Let's not act like you're shocked that you're the last one on the uptake here.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet with my life.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sigh of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell that you were nervous at all, because it wasn't her life that she was gambling with. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, when you say. Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
For everything we've gone through, would have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. Do we? Because they don't ever actually help us with any of the investigations. True. But now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Are you actually going to bed right now? Wait, who what? Did I say something? Because if I did, that thought is gone. Work together with everyone.
However,
Oh. Everybody else. Literally everybody else. Do we really count them as helping during the trials? Because they tend to just throw out wild speculations without evidence and call it help. Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Do they contribute? Because half the time, all they give me is their perspectives that don't actually help clarify too much of anything, with the exception of that one time with dang, what is her name? Dang. Yes, Hina. There we go. Because that knocked me all the way down in my memory banks. Sheesh. Ooh. Her name completely blew its way out of my dome. Woo. Please, just go over here. Jeez Louise. I could think of everybody's name but hers. Ooh. You're dead. Ooh. That's me. You're dead. I don't want to talk to you first. Ooh, you're dead. So I guess I gotta talk to you first. The hallway of dead empty room. This is Byakuya's room. Is he inside?
Hey,
I don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. Alright. Oh, you're dead. This is Coco's room. Is he inside?
hey,
Okay. You're dead. Oh, you're dead. Hina's room. Is she inside?
hey,
Okay. Oh. Oh. You're
Hey.
You know, your idea. Oh, you're also very, very much good. Okay. Well, how about? Oh, that's crazy. I can't. That was gonna be my next stop, but also it took away my other floors. I feel some kind of way. Very, very much feel some kind of way. I don't even get to jump to another floor. And suddenly we were greeted with I'm not gonna give myself a seizure trying to pronunciate that foolishness. You again. Is he? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. Oh. Jeez, what the heck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about. You know, doing that would definitely get me killed, 'cause that's still a rule, you know? It's still a rule. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief.
Is that Makoto?
You know, why you mid-run like that?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto!
You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
Of course. Of course, Byakuya would just rather me be dead. He couldn't. Why the backwards compliment? He's always sounded that deep. He just ain't got the body to match the baritone in his voice. Yeah, his voice has always been that deep.
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Only when he's expressing, you know, shock. Why do you think everybody is a ghost, man? Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. Do we really count Bacula and Toko as friends? Like, do we truly count them as friends? I don't expect anything different from him. I don't expect nothing different. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait. What's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man. That seriously stinks. Now y'all know good and well I got dropped down to the garbage pit. Why are y'all making a big deal out of this? Be happy that I am alive and kicking. Why are y'all commenting about the smell? You know, I don't know. Because you remember she's actually been washing up because her master didn't like the way she was smelling. I don't know how often she washes up, but she has been washing. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. You've got some nerve, Toko. You've got some nerve. Just last week, you were stinking up the place. Let's be real here. Don't you be out here commenting on my smell, okay? Don't you be out here commenting on mine. Don't be a hypocrite. Get away. Shoo, shoo. And in a flash, my tears dried up, as they should. Nobody deserved your tears except for Hina. She's the only one that deserved it. And maybe Hero on a good day. But outside of that, the other two are a-holes.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. You need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain. Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? If the mastermind catches you,
It's true.
that's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial.
Huh?
Last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial.
Huh?
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? Ultimate clairvoyant, my behind. No, I didn't do it. Like I keep telling you,
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer. And of course it's not me or any of you.
Huh?
Then, who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it's all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Mukuro spotted the trap in time, and gave them tactics to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just,
however,
but executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast game the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind of this game. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean!
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So, knowing all of this, what do you do now?
About that.
It's about to kill Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? There's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school.
Huh?
Every last mystery.
But
We've been looking around all this time, and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Oh no!
Everyone?
I hate you.
Hey! Who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with my master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
anyway,
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say.
but
Figuring out who the mastermind is, and how they kill Mukuro, and all the space mysteries. It's a pretty tall frigate order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So we work together and search as hard as we can. I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh?
I
can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Why do I have a very weird suspicion about Hina? I have a very sneaking suspicion with her. Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable.
Huh?
But why?
So, in other words,
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in this school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then, the mastermind is... There were 15 16 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. I'm still very suspicious of Junko not actually being dead. Add in Mukuro and you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
That's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now?
What?
You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
Also, how wild would it be if Hiro was just playing dumb this entire time, and he turned out to be the mastermind? How wild would it be? You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. Okay, I'll be right back. I have to use the bathroom. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair. So they must be at a high school. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, it has to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? Not if it's Junko. She died pretty darn early, which would give her all the time in the world to be playing dead and controlling Monokuma. where's the proof that she really died? Where's the proof? I'm still very suspicious because of those nails. I know she's not the one that died, but if the little wolf clan of assassins, if they like to have their little naily nails done, that would explain it. But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious any time Monokuma was acting?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are. We would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right, right?
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up the dialogue and actions beforehand. Hero, make it make sense. How does that work with some of his pop-up endings? In that case, there's no way you could have had all those back and forth conversations with it. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. But
this is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
oh, please stop. How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
You know, given the fact that you have the key to the school. Oh, and the internet would like to know. Are you going to level out and chill? Or can I continue, interwebs? Are you copacetic now? I want to at least get a little peeky peek in the other rooms. Are you done dropping frames? Alright. I see the interwebs are on some BS tonight. Did Fox not like my theory about the dead woman not being dead? I didn't mean to cause an issue. It just seems like a very good Fox twist. Like, can you imagine that that's what's gonna happen? I'm very confused. Are you the dead woman that's not really dead? Is that the plot twist? You play Danganronpa and a character from the game is in your chat, leading you along like the ghosts of Christmas past. The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely only on myself, on the tug of blood flowing through my veins. Sir, you never actually succeeded in solving one of these things with your Togami blood. So do you really want to take that route? I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility.
Goodbye.
What? Well then. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master, he didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream. Without the cream. Or coffee. So hot water? The rest of us we're just hot water? Or hot milk? There's nothing wrong with a little warm milk. Especially if you sprinkle a little sugar in it. You're totally useless. So fine. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Just be Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too. You're not actually gonna investigate anything, are you? You're just gonna go and be nosy and look at random things that you couldn't look at before.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. So he's gonna go meditate. Got it? Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Very much so. Hiro is who Hiro is. At this point, there's no changing it. Everyone's really gone off by themselves. What about you, Hina? We all know that he's probably going to end up in his room knocked out because his meditation is going to turn into his body reaching a zen state. I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. Because at this point, he disappoints me just like Makoto does every time I see a glimmer of hope in him. I guess I do say.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know? But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. Yeah, and every time I have a little glimmer of hope, they immediately block it out of the sky with despair. With the stupidity that spews from their lips. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto. It's really nice of you to say.
But
But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
okay.
So I figured, at least here at the end, maybe I could find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us
Indeed.
two. I thought she walked off. How is it just us two? I thought she walked out. So, you're gonna go off on your own too, right? Kira?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our search separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share the ground. You mean the exact same thing that y'all do every single time? Every single time y'all implement the mystery gang tactic.
so then,
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in school have been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny at the school. We could visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto,
No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. Still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then we can all escape together. I don't recall that being a part of the negotiations, but alright. You keep up your bold sense of justice. Guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma files. During the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. These two had discovered a single point with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Isaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So, where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? Guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the bio lab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder. And use the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Oh, good. You gave me a list this time, because that was a lot. And y'all know I'd be forgetting. Oh, good. Oh, good. Y'all didn't completely hold me like the last time. in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? Makoto, you're focusing on the wrong things. Some kind of weird machine or something built to the wall. And on the left side is a bunch of glowing blue lights. And on the other side, that's it. This is kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean this biolab is actually a morgue? I'll probably take a closer look around. Y'all, it's seeming more and more like, maybe Yumiko ain't quite good. Maybe she was given some tetrodotoxin. And the spears were an optical illusion. Because I don't recall anybody actually trying to touch the spears that pierced her. They stood around looking at her. There's a stack of parts here. We're seeing a lot of those things lately. Oh, there's some kind of booklet here. Looks like an instruction manual. We offer eco-friendly alternatives to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. When we were investigating Mukuro's death, didn't I say that it seemed a bit cadaver-like? You know, the pieces, I feel like they're adding up. Like, my theory is extremely far-fetched when there's a handful of students still alive. But given that we did not need or have to investigate how Junko died, because it happened right in front of us, because she provoked Monokuma, could she actually not be dead? Is that a possibility? Given the absurdity that is the Danganronpa universe, could that be the plot twist of all plot twists? In addition to the germicidal lens, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver, and the blue light will let you know the automated systems have activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. No, not even in Danganronpa universe. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel, and we do offer an optional leather upholstery upgrade package. This is the instruction manual for the fridge. Oh, we just don't care about the jars of body parts back here? That's wild. The right hand lights are off. So looking around, I think I get it. Seems clear to me now. It was a makeshift morgue. And about those lights that you slide. Really? It feels like it's putting some pieces together in my dome. Even though it feels like it's supporting my far-fetched theory though, instead of a theory for one of the alive students. It looks like it's set up so that when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on, which means inside each slot lit up in blue, another one of the victims is I can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died, and that's defeat the mastermind. Oh, gotcha. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. Okay, but there's a dead body missing. There is a dead body missing. Where's the missing dead body? These 6 account for the 6 living students. Are we sure it's not possible for somebody to not be there? There's not enough occupied dead people slots in here. Of course Makoto is not going to, he's not going to question that at all. Okay. Let's go. Can I investigate these while I'm here? Oh, Coco. So this is where you were.
What do you want?
See? Am I so disgusting? You want me out of your sight? You asked me what do I want. No, that's not it at all. But maybe you found a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything. Not one single clue. Figured since this place was related to the case, it would have to have had something, right? There wasn't anything out of the ordinary. Give it back! Give me back my precious time. Calm down, Coco.
What's your problem?
Don't tell me to calm down. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? When everyone finds out, they're gonna call me useless. Good for nothing. Nobody's gonna say that. Master will. I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down on. Why won't anyone accept me? That's a wild theory to have. Well, I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm gonna get going. Really appreciated a music page for the final investigation. You know, something a little more serious. Just something less upbeat. It's gone. Look at those bodies. It's not here. Well, now I'm extremely confused as to why the little slots are not filled up how they're supposed to be filled up. There's a missing body somewhere. I didn't find anything even close to a dead body. But if it's not in here either, then it must be. Could it be in the bio lab? The corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in here. There's one other thing. That heart. The heart played a key role in another case, so we better look into it. You can't use the chart to keep sprinklers from getting the body wet, which means the killer might have left some clue behind here. Huh? I didn't notice this before, but there's a small step on one corner of the chart. It says biolab. Then this originally came from the biolab? That's what that means. That's all I really need to check here. I'm gonna go look at those cartons one more time. I'll get all my ducks in a row. Okay, so we're not gonna connect those dots. heard and heard. Walk, Makoto. Yep. Closest stairs. Button down the stairs. We could go in there. Around here. Yeah.
Hey, Makoto.
Why is this puppet making you angry? Why is it fight-worthy? Ah, Makoto. Are you taking a look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Yeah. I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah.
So I figured if all the doors in the school had been unlocked, that should be open too, right?
But
Although, I couldn't bring myself to open it.
I mean,
It might explode, right? And that really sucks. So, you open it. So, does my life mean nothing to anybody in this room? Dang. So in the middle of you just having just a background noise, they just hit you with that with that strong trumpet to draw you all the way out of what you were concentrating on. Dang. See, this is why I said that they needed a track change. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. That's exactly what she said. She said what she said. And literally almost all of them have done something similar. My life means nothing to any of them. You know what would have been a great plot twist of the century? Makoto being the mastermind after all the crap that y'all done put him through. You're right, but still. Just, I need you to see the bigger picture. Man. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Wait, let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. And you know, I thought we were friends. I really thought that we were friends. I'm gonna race over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? Alright, here goes nothing. I threw all my weight into it, but the door opened much easier than I expected. Why would you throw your weight into it if it's going to be unlocked? Oh. It's giving very much spaceshipy. There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was, whoa, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. What is this device? Makoto, that is a stupid question. You see those paws. You see Monokuma's face right there. It's fairly obvious that this is how you control that man. that it. It's like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top though. Like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah. Kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? Goooooo probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit. So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. Why does Makoto sound like he's never heard the word cockpit before? Did our poor sweet boy really not get out of his house except to go to school? I don't understand. Is he okay? I'm very much wondering.
Okay.
Alright. Let's start poking at it or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing buttons. Whoa, 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 whoa. That seems like a terrible idea. Hold on. You can't just or whatever something like this. But it was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel. Huh? Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. Hina, what did you push? I'm not totally sure, but... How did you forget that we're on a completely other chapter? We're in the finale. Chapter 5 had all the twists and turns. Not totally sure, but I think it was that one. The button that says Data Center. Data Center. Oh. Gotcha. You know, I wish that I had the energy to dive into this in the last one. But them 4 or 5 hours took it out of me with the foolishness that went on. Especially that little secret ending that I most definitely did not like. That secret ending can kiss my behind. I never want to see that ever again. Took a good look at the control panel, and I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it. And just like Hina said, there was one labeled Data Center. That must be the one she pushed. But the Data Center, that's right next door. Man. But it also frustrated me to no end. Cause what? Kyoko dies and all of a sudden we're in a magical utopia? And somehow Toko dies at some point. Don't know how that happened. Although I imagine that it's because what? Because in my head they were living peacefully and her favorite boy toy decided that if they're gonna be stuck here, they're gonna do some things. And she died of a happy heart attack. That's what I imagined. Or blood loss because of a nosebleed. Either of those two seems very fitting. The room we were just in, that's where the strange noise came from. I'd probably better go check it out. You know, it's what I picture in that kind of utopia. Nope, I never would have thought taking herself out. I immediately imagined with there being babies and kids that she literally died of happiness from finally being able to do something with the Aquila. That's what I imagined as soon as I saw it. Brain immediately went, oh, she got what she wanted. And then it was way too much for her. Yeah, I figured. Because how is she going to have a baby if she died of happiness? Because her senses overloaded before they could even get to the good stuff. Yes, please. Kind of scared out of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you on from over here. You know, Hina, sometimes you ain't ish, okay? Did I just hear what I think I heard? Is that Monokuma? Hey! Hina play too much. Give me all your donuts! Is that you, Hina?
What?
Aw, man. Busted. How did you know?
Say what?
Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling.
Hello.
Well, I mean, you can't really see anything from in here. Hina gonna do what Hina gonna do. She's not thinking of any consequences. She's just pressing buttons and thinking about donuts.
Found it.
Ah, guess what I found? A self-destruct button. Whatever you do, don't push it.
Too bad.
Aw, man. Were you seriously gonna push it? Okay, so truly, Hina don't give a crap about Makoto's life. Cause she was really gonna push that self-destruct button? Is she related to Dee Dee from Dexter? Can she not resist pressing the button? She's really in there. Ooh, what does this button do? It says self-destruct. Don't press it. Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it and the control panel inside. Just gonna leave that open in the sentence, huh? Man, she don't care about me.
Ah,
The only one that gives the tiniest sliver of care is Kyoko. Everybody else is willing to just sacrifice me and my body. Yo, hey Makoto, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma.
Huh?
What do you mean? What you were controlling just now? It was Monokuma.
Huh?
Monokuma? Why is she acting clueless?
Oh.
What? For real? Yep. It looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma. Which means the mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah. They were definitely in here. The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. And this control room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words,
Hey,
maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Yoko's theory was right.
But
If the mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. But if that is true, I'm not reading that again. Yeah, 16 students, somebody had to go look at us. And the mastermind, Monokuma puppeteer, really is the 16th student? No, it can't be. There's no way, right? You know, I just realized that I'm gathering a bunch of truth bullets. They really gonna make me do this again. Can't we just get a multiple choice test? I like a multiple choice test. Can I have one of those instead of the bullet? Or that tempo BS? Can I have a bunch of Hangman's Gambits? Super good at those. Give me the gambit. What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making. Oh no, it's nothing. Oh, okay. What about you? Is everything okay?
I mean,
Oh well, it's just. This is where the mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they set up traps or something? Can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not.
so
Wanna leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check. Yeah, good point. Can't waste all our time standing around here. Okay, wanna get going? Yeah. As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? Ah, the door! It just locked on its own. What? My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, it's locked. But why? So basically the mastermind was just waiting for y'all to walk out so they could close and lock that door. That's crazy. Of course it's locked. Because the data center is now restricted. Monokuma?
just a second.
Hey, no fair. You can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like.
Hey,
It's for your benefit. If that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Exactly. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving. chat room.
Yep.
As you may have guessed,